అసలు కర్లీ హెయిర్ అంటే ఎన్ని కష్టాలు ఉంటాయో తెలుసా? ఆ చిక్కు తీయడం కన్నా రూబిక్స్ క్యూబ్ సాల్వ్ చేయడమే ఇంకా ఈజీ అనిపిస్తుంది. నా ప్లాన్ ప్రకారం నా జుట్టు బిహేవ్ చేయదు, దాని మూడ్ ప్రకారం నేను ప్లాన్ చేసుకోవాలి. దానికి తోడు మళ్ళీ జనాలు ముద్దు పేర్లు కూడా ఇస్తుంటారు. అందుకే అసలు వెళ్ళి ఎలా మేనేజ్ చేయాలి, ఎలా కర్ల్స్ని రాక్ చేయాలో టిప్స్ తీసుకున్నా. విను. ఓయ్, ఇది ఓన్లీ అమ్మాయిలకే కాదు, కర్లీ హెయిర్ ఉన్న ప్రతి మనిషికి యూజ్ అవుతుంది. పద వెళ్ళి అంజు అండ్ సాహితిని కలిసేసి కొన్ని టిప్స్ తీసుకుందాం. హాయ్ అంజు.
హాయ్
సాహితి, హౌ ఆర్ యూ?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So today I wanted to talk about the curly hair because I am a curly head. నాకు చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి when I see straight hairs and all, నాకు చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి అనిపించేది అట్లా ఉంటే బాగుండేదేమో కదా. బికాజ్ నా హెయిర్ నేను అసోసియేట్ చేసుకున్న వర్డ్స్ చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఫ్రిజీ, రఫ్, all those things. So suddenly after I అంటే కొంచెం పెద్దగా అయిన తర్వాత I realized okay, I'm special kind of a feels వచ్చాయన్నమాట. So when was the first time మీకు అట్లా అనిపించింది?
I'll go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I think curly girl method became a way of, life. Only after I started losing a lot of hair. It actually came out of necessity. Ante postpartum was really not in my favor, didn't work in my favor, and జుట్టు ఊడిపోవడం is like my biggest fear. Like నాకు రాత్రప్పుడు రెండే కళ్ళు వస్తాయి కంటిన్యూస్. నా చిన్నప్పుడు జుట్టు ఊడిపోవడం, పళ్ళు ఊడిపోవడం, I don't know, it's like a recurring dream. So then I'm like, there should be a solution to this. And apurki I would straighten my hair for almost 7 years until I had Arjun, and not complete hair, that ugly way of like just straightening your crown. So the crown part started paining, and I'm like, there should be a solution. Then I stumbled upon the curly girl Indian Curl Pride, which is on Facebook. It's one of the oldest curly hair related community that's online, and a very, very strong presence. So yeah, it came out of necessity for me.
For me, more, I think it wasn't something that came from within me. So I have this spiritual mentor who in some random conversation said, everything you are in this life is what you wished for. So why are you trying to change something that you wished for so hard? You have to embrace it. So I quickly came back from that trip and I called one Mallu friend I had. I said, bro, you have amazing curly hair. Tell me what you do. So she introduced me to a few curly hair bloggers on Instagram, and that's how I found CGM.
You seriously called a Mallu friend of yours?
I did, because she used to wear her hair curly in college. Then everyone was running behind that, straight hair. I wouldn't even leave the hostel if I had bad hair that day. If I didn't have the mood to straighten my hair, so I could not come to the party. It was that bad. Like, my insecurity was my hair. I can't step out with frizzy, dry hair. And like when I found CGM, that changed. Now it's the least maintenance in my life. Like once you get used to the process and you start embracing your hair, you don't spend that much time anymore. The beginning is tough, of course. It's not easy at all. You have to, get comfortable with the process, understand everything. That takes time. But after you crack it, it's the easiest thing.
I agree.
It's too easy.
I know you're looking at me full confusion. Today we're going to sort your hair out.
Yeah.
You have beautiful hair.
Thank you so much. And I recently started the CGM thing, and ippataka eppudu my mom never let me leave my hair. She has this thing called dishti tagutadi, lekapothe chikku padipotadi and all. So she used to braid my hair and send me. So I've never let my hair open anamata. Now ippudu koncham I see my curls, CGM start chesina regularly the first 2 days and all. It's like, oh wow.
But I also think it's particularly hard for any South Indian girl to find CGM because we are taught that juttu dukali, juttu odleskogoddu. Those two things will kill CGM for you. You can't do both once you start taking care of curly hair, So it's an ingrained thing. Oil your hair. Oil చేసుకోకుండా బయటకెళ్తే చింపిరిగా ఉంటుంది.
Exactly.
These words I grew up with. Dubuko, chimpiri and like jadesko.
So I still get it. కాకపోతే I'm like, no, I want to try this out and see how it's going to be. సో చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నేను మూవీస్ చూసినప్పుడల్లా they used to have this beautiful straight hair మొత్తం అంతా. I never saw girls with curly hair. సో నా ఫ్రెండ్స్ అందరికీ కూడా కొంచెం ఎక్కువ స్ట్రైట్ హెయిరే ఉండేది అనమాట. after I grew up, when I started embracing my hair, I was like, why is straight hair perceived as a beauty standard? So that is like my number one question. So did you ever feel like that?
No, actually for me, my biggest takeaway from movies was, oh, this girl also has hair like mine, but how is it so, even if it's frizzy, you remember Urmila's and Madhuri's and all, in that dakku, you remember that hair, right? It is our hair, but
Big
brushed
hair,
out, and I don't know how they used to tame it in a way that it is wild, but also set. So I'm like, okay, that is a possibility when I grew up. But the first thing I wanted to buy as soon as I grew up was a straightener. That I was convinced with what I saw, but I knew that's not a route that I was going to take when I grew up. I told myself that straightener is the only way out of this. Yeah, so I mean, invariably we all fall into that trap. And
I also personally feel like that trap of saying, oh, this beauty standard, this manam meet avali. But I feel like generally also, right, it's easier to find people with straight hair. Like if you go anywhere, and straight hair inevitably has no frizz. Frizz lekapothe, it's no, that word chimpiri, my god, like it's my least favorite word. But
and cheapir katta.
Yeah, both are associated with curly hair. Dry untadi, frizz untadi. Avi rendu straight hair lo undavu. So automatically you don't have to tame too much. So that's why I feel like beauty standards were attributed to straight hair, and it's also more common. I feel like personally we are the fortunate few who have textured hair. So
నేను ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళినా కూడా నా ఫ్రెండ్స్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది పీపుల్ స్ట్రైట్ హెయిర్ అనమాట. నేను జడ వేసుకోపోయినా ఇట్ విల్ బి ద సేమ్, ఇట్లా మొత్తం ఫ్రిడ్జ్ వచ్చేసి వాళ్ళు పొద్దున వస్తారు, నాట్ ఈవెన్ అ సింగిల్ స్ట్రాండ్ అవుట్, అండ్ దే విల్ బి లైక్, ఓ మై గాడ్, నా హెయిర్ I have to again brush it and all that stuff. Dude, stop it. You need to do all that. So atla anisthadi anamata.
Yeah, but it's slowly changing. That's the good part. Like now people, when you walk in, I mean, all the three of us sitting here have curly hair, so you know the kind of attention you get when you walk into a room full of people versus somebody with straight hair. So it is the standard of beauty is changing, and it is slowly inclining towards curly hair. And now people born with curly hair is like one rare breed and one exotic breed, so it's amazing.
And I do enjoy the attention.
But just don't touch our hair.
Exactly.
I have curly hair, no, don't touch my hair.
It is real. It is curly. I didn't go to the parlor, but don't touch it.
No, even now when we go with such well kept curly hair, if we go out, no one is shy to ask you whether your hair is perm. Why does it have to be perm? Why can't it be natural? Why can't natural hair be this beautiful or this well cared for? Why does it, even perming is chemically changing straight hair to curly hair, right? Ante na juttilo undakodda undaleda. Why are you writing that fact off that curly hair cannot be beautiful on its own? Why does it have to be chemically treated to be beautiful? Slowly it's changing, but it'll take time.
సో ఫస్ట్ టైం మీ ఇద్దరికి అంటే CGM అనేది ఉంది, మేబీ హావ్ టు గివ్ ఇట్ అ ట్రై అని ఎప్పుడు అనిపించింది?
2016, as when I was pregnant, I had dengue. So I don't know if you've seen any of my pictures in 2016. I went and chopped it off really short because I had a lot of hair fall. So I said, okay, this is a fresh canvas to start with. And that's when I stumbled upon CGM through Indian Curl Pride, which is Asha Barak's page that she started. It's so cool. Life comes full circle. We work with her, and
it's pretty fantastic.
So that's when I stumbled upon. But it was super. I mean, I think 2016 versus 2021 now. Why people are getting super confused and super discouraged is because back then there were only few people who were following CGM, less information, easy to absorb. Now there's 10x type of products, 10 types of doing your hair and different methods. Now it's very old, I think. So,
and also like curly hair, right? Like no one studied it. You can't go to school to study curly hair. It's personal. Like whatever Anju and I do in the salon is our personal experience. It's hours of reading on the internet and figuring it out for ourselves, and then trial and error. Use a product. Is it working for me? Okay, is it working on a friend's hair? Like it's just like I personally feel everything I do in CGM is friends and my knowledge put together, one sandwich, and it's working. And if it's working, it's correct, because who's there to tell you it's not correct?
Yeah.
Academy ledu. You can go in salon, whatever you get done, haircuts ki, vaatki, veetki, for straight hair. There are academies that teach you to do stuff, but for curly hair, there's really nothing.
Yeah, right.
It's just personal growth and your knowledge that you put into, you know.
Like, do you talk to a lot of people, like lot of curly heads, and then come to a conclusion like it cheste baantadi, and do you sit and talk to a lot of people?
So I'll tell you how curl code came into being. I think that way we would have covered everybody. So when we started, it was just Anju and I got excited. I was so silly enough to say, I'll just sit down and do meets with curly hair.
Yeah, that's what she said. I said, I want to think big.
Yeah, she said think big. Picha, uttine ala kuchoni coffee lo, you'll sit with curly hair and tell them what to do for their hair. We'll do a salon. That thought never came to my head because I don't know, it just never was in my spectrum of saying, oh, let me start a salon. Because I'm a doctor, I did MBBS. So where is like, it's another end of the spectrum, right? Like this is so different. And then when we started, we knew about each other's hair to a T, but we did not know about all curl types. Then I started doing online consultations from a lot of reading. Then I started meeting different curl types. Then I had a bunch of cousins who were interested. So then we just tried on them. Then when we did the training session per curl code, which was almost 3 weeks before the actual launch, we were just calling people with different curl types.
Oh.
And all of them came. Sweetly enough, they came, they tried. We tried on their hair.
Just people we knew.
Yeah, just people we knew. Nice enough to come, show up, try on their hair. And we said, wow, like, what we know is enough.
For me, that was really like a game changer because this one is the fire, okay? And I'm like, she's like, do it down, let's just do it. I'm like, no, we need to know more, how can we just start something without doing anything?
Like I said, there's no degree, Gada. You can't feel qualified enough to own this place. But then for me, always I was like, we can kill it. Because there's really nothing else in the market. If I'm able to help you a little bit, that's enough. Because you'll always go back and read on the internet and it's an ocean, bro. Curly hair is an ocean and the information on it is an ocean. So even if you're a little curious, you come to me, then you go back and just read for your own hair type, right? Now we're well read enough to like suggest for every curl type because we've seen that much hair in this one month. At least so many heads, like I can't even give it a number.
And I'm not even kidding. Like there was a time when this one client walked in. She actually had straight hair and I asked her if she blew dry. She said, no, this is my hair. And I'm like, we were too young, like 2 weeks into curl code, and I said, I cannot send her back. And what if we don't do a good job? And I'm sure she'll not end up having even waves for that matter. And then we washed her hair and styled it. It was like a slap on my face.
Yeah.
It actually became full lush and like beach waves, and it actually looks like we've achieved that with heat, or it didn't look natural. But it was like super, it was like my favorite transformation that baby hair transformation that we did.
And I think the biggest question most people have, because it's been a month, I'm saying it out of just all the Instagram inquiries we've been getting, everyone's asking if it's permanent. What's permanent? You tell me your fit body is permanent? No, it's not. You eat KFC for a week long, which is your bad shampoo, bad conditioner and your blow dryer. How can your hair behave?
Yeah.
If you're not on a diet, you'll inevitably become fat. So this is like a lifestyle change where you start treating your hair and start, how do I put it? Like, it's as sacred to you as your body. You have to take care of it that much also.
Right.
And I feel like juttu manam rose eskuntam, bro. Why not give it that love? Mattal meeda anta attention, makeup meeda anta attention, juttu rose will wear. I feel like you should embrace it as much. Not little, not more, just as much. How much ever you love your body, the rest of yourself, your hair should fall into the same category. Not just, oh, I'm born with curly hair, I hate it, let me straighten it. No, it's a quick fix, but you're actually killing your hair from within. When you make the lifestyle change, you're fixing it from within. And then you're sorted. I'm really telling you, CGM okkasari crack cheste. You would have read it on every single curly girl blog on Instagram. They say it's a life-changing thing.
Right.
It's liberating. This word you'll find in every single blog. It was in mine, it was in hers. The way you just look at yourself changes. So much more confidence. So much more like, I can't even put a word to it. Like
I agree.
It's insane. It's really insane.
అంటే ఎప్పుడైనా సిన్స్ ఐఎమ్ స్టార్టింగ్ ఎప్పుడైనా did it feel like really overwhelming? ఎందుకంటే నేను ఎప్పుడు కొన్ని ప్రొడక్ట్స్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. It's been 4 months or something since I started CGM, and every week is different for me.
Every wash day is different. ఒక రోజు చాలా మంచిగా అనిపిస్తుంది, ఇంకో రోజు మేబీ ఐ షుడ్ గో బ్యాక్ టు వాట్ ఐ వాస్ డూయింగ్ బిఫోర్ అని అనిపిస్తుంది.
అట్లా చాలా ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ట్రై చేసి ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ ఈ ప్రొడక్ట్ నాకు పనిచేస్తుంది బికాస్ ఐ హావ్ టు ట్రై న్యూ ప్రొడక్ట్స్, రైట్? అట్లా ఎప్పుడైనా ఓవర్వెల్మింగ్ అనిపించిందా మీ ఇద్దరికి?
For me, I think I was most discouraged when I went through a phase where I lost a lot of hair. That's also because I was naku vitamin D, B12 serum ferritin, that big list I had. Everything was dangerously low. So when I fixed it, like now I'm in a much better space. So I used to be like, juttu paddukunnana, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything right. I'm using, all clean products. I'm styling it well. I'm putting in that much effort. But still I'd be like, okay, something I'm doing wrong. This is too much. Let me just go back to what I used to do 4-5 years back. But no, it doesn't work. You have to be encouraged. You have to be consistent. Whether you have hair fall, whether you have bad hair days, you be consistent with it, and then, invariably you will crack it. But, over time, I think it's only been 4 months, right? And you've not been doing it every wash day, I'm assuming.
No, every wash
day.
Yeah.
I think 2 months from now you'll be a pro at what your hair
I
needs.
hope so.
Yeah.
If you cracked every technique, everything you're doing, I would give it 6 washes. 4 months is
I think 6
almost
months
a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For a beginner who doesn't know anything, just starting, okay, this CGM, okay, shampoo, okay, conditioner, okay, leave-in, okay, gel. Ante telusunte, it will take you 6 months.
Right.
But if you have guidance, like I will call ourselves consultants, we do curl consultations. If you come to us, we tell you something, give yourself 6 washes.
Yeah.
That's it. 2 months later, you'll crack it. It's a promise. If you sat down with someone who knows everything, because internet is not going to tell you anything. Manam chusi, manam ardham cheskunnade is as far as it gets, right? No one's telling you idi ila cheyali. But here you get to see, and we talk to you. So then 6 washes is enough. And like you said, the question was, did you ever get discouraged? I'll be very honest, I never got discouraged.
You never did?
Never, not once.
Wow.
If I had a bad wash day, I would go back.
Blame the products.
I would blame the products. Also, it's not working for me. Either it's too much product, too little product. This product is not for my hair. Like my hair hates coconut oil. I would have never known that if I didn't start CGM.
Okay.
The second I put coconut oil, my juttu will become like one frizz ball. And not everyone's hair loves coconut. It depends on that product, whether it's doing good or bad for you. So if I had a bad wash day, I would immediately wash it the next day. Why do I have to wear my hair like that for 3 more days? మళ్ళీ తలసానం చేయొచ్చు కదా, చేసుకుంటే మళ్ళీ పోతుంది కదా. And I did not leave the house. Say I had a really bad wash day, I would just say, not today guys, maybe tomorrow we'll meet. So I was like keen on cracking it. I said, how are these women having such lush, beautiful curly hair? Because all my idols were like perfect, like tick on all their pages, only perfect hair was there. So నా జుట్టు కూడా అలా అవుతుంది, నేను చేస్తాను. I was stubborn with it.
I used to go look for people who didn't have a good wash day. But like, it's okay. It's okay.
No, but they all talk about how some wash days can go wrong. Because sometimes you just might get it wrong. You might not be doing the styling technique right, or there's not enough product in your hair. Because if there's not enough product in your hair, today it look perfect, tomorrow it will be frizzy. The whole idea is to contain moisture in your hair, which curly hair will lose because you have texture. Straight hair is straight. There is no escape for moisture.
Right. So నాకు నా ఫ్యామిలీలో ఐ థింక్ ఇప్పుడున్న వాళ్ళలో ఐ థింక్ ఐఎమ్ ది ఓన్లీ వన్ హూ హస్ కర్లీ హెయిర్. సో ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ గైడెన్స్ అన్నమాట. అంటే మిగతా వాళ్ళందరూ దే ఆర్ లైక్ ఎల్డర్స్ అండ్ ఆల్, వాళ్ళు జస్ట్ నార్మల్ గా జడేసి
For all you know, they might be having curly hair.
they have curly hair. వాళ్ళు నార్మల్ గా జడేసేసుకొని దే డోంట్ లైక్ ఓకే అంత ఏం చూపించారు కదా. సో ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ గైడెన్స్. నేను CGM స్టార్ట్ చేసి నాకు ఎప్పుడు అనిపిస్తుంది అంటే కర్లీ ఉంటే కదా, కానీ నాకు కర్ల్స్ కనిపించవు. ఐ థాట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు స్టార్ట్ సంథింగ్. సో నేను CGM కోసం వెతికాను, అండ్ ఇట్స్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్,
Too much information.
మొత్తం అంతా ఒకేసారి ఇట్ వాస్ టూ డిఫికల్ట్ టు టేక్. సో ఐ డి నాట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ గైడెన్స్ అన్నా. సో నేను ట్రైల్ అండ్ ఎర్రర్, ఇది ఎట్లా చేయాలి అది ఎట్లా. సో ఇట్స్ టేకింగ్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైం. సో
అమ్మ ఉంగరాల జుట్టు పిల్లలు అందరూ అసెంబ్ల్ అవ్వండి. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఎన్ని మాటలు అన్నారో కదా, చింపిరి జుట్టు, నూడిల్స్, ఫ్రిజీ, ఇంకా చాలా. సో CGM అదే కర్లీ గర్ల్ మెథడ్ వీటి అన్నిటికీ ఆన్సర్ అనమాట. సీజీఎం అంటున్నారు, అసలు ఏంటి సీజీఎం అనుకుంటున్నావా? లేదా నాలా నువ్వు కూడా చాలా ఇంటర్నెట్లో దీని గురించి చదివేసి ఆవేశపడిపోయి ఏమీ అర్థం కాక లైట్ తీసుకున్నావా? డోంట్ వరీ వై ఫియర్ వెన్ ఐఎమ్ హియర్. అన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్కి ఆన్సర్ తీసుకొని వచ్చా కర్ల్ కోడ్కి వెళ్ళి ఫ్రమ్ అంజు అండ్ సాహితి. A to Z ఆఫ్ CGM నెక్స్ట్ ఎపిసోడ్స్లో మాట్లాడదాం. విను అండ్ హే ఎమోషనల్ అవ్వక్యా. యూ కెన్ థ్యాంక్ మీ లేటర్. Until then, this is your middle class Ammayi, Rithika Sana signing off. Na Insta ID Rithika writes. Do love, listen and follow Chai Bisket Stories. Also, Middle Class Ammayi is now streaming on all major platforms like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts and Spotify along with YouTube and Instagram. ఇంకొక విషయం, అవసరం ఉంటేనే బయటికి వెళ్ళినా మాస్క్ వేసుకో. Stay safe and get vaccinated.